Hello. Oh, no. Now that's better. Anyway, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kaden, I'll be your host today. Okay guys, so it is of course June, which means it is Pride Month, which means it is my month. Now, if you don't know, I am queer and gender fluid, so your girl is fruity as hell. If you could not tell by the look that I am serving today, which, by the way, I am actually in love with this look. Like, I was not feeling her at first, and now I'm feeling her. Now I'm in the mood. I love it. But anyway, of course, since, the current social climate is kind of shit, Pride Month has been going to shit already, and we have already had a hate crime. Oh, I love that so much. I love living here. And it's only gotten worse since I started making this vlog. But to try and ignore as much of the bad as we can and just like have a little bit of a break, I decided that we are going to be doing a queer horror reading vlog. Now, the horror genre, in my opinion, is like one of the best for like queer stories because it truly conveys the like absolute sheer just like experience, in my opinion. Like, so many movies, like I saw the TV Glow and shit, like they just translate and convey things that I cannot put into words. Like, it's amazing. Future me here, I had to cut the part where I talked about the books I was going to read I had to cut the part where I like was talking about the books that I was going to read for this vlog because I did not make as many as I wanted to. So the books that I read for this vlog are Brainworms by Alison Rumfitt and Paradise Rot by Jenny Vall. So I think the book that I'm going to start with is Brainworms by Alison Rumfitt. Now, I have read Tell Me I'm Worthless by the same author last year, and I loved that book so much. Like, genuinely one of my favorite extreme horror books ever. It's so good. Sorry if you hear background noise. Now, what I know going into this is the first sentence of the synopsis because I do want to go into this kind of blind. But basically the first sentence and all that I know going in is a TERF bombs main character Frankie's workplace and blows up Frankie's life with it. So I'm very interested to see where this story goes. If it is anything like Alison Rumfitt's last book, it's going to get gross, it's going to get weird, it's gonna get kind of fucked up. I am so excited to read this. Also, I'm in love with this cover art. Like, it's so cool. Now, I don't have an audiobook for it, so this is probably going to take me a bit longer. So I may have to pick up another book like halfway through this just for the sake of time. So I'm gonna go start reading this and I will come back when I have an update. So it's now like 5 p.m. And I finished part 1 of Brainworms, so I'm a third of the way through. This is not at all what I thought it was going to be. So basically, we start off with our main character, Frankie, and I thought this would, like, start at the bombing, and it did not. We started, at a kink club. So that's fun. Read a lot of stuff in there that I just, like, was not expecting to read in this. Not, like... So yeah, starting there, read a lot of interesting stuff. This book is very heavy on the sexual content. So if that's not something that's for you, I'd skip out on this. And not just like, oh, obviously we started a kink club, so... And also, I'm keeping my voice a little bit low because I think my family is right out there and the walls are so fucking thin in this house, it's crazy. But yeah, so we start off, read some interesting stuff, not shaming, because low-key was kind of interesting to read. It was just, like, a lot. And then our main character, Frankie, meets our other main character, Vanya. Now, Vanya is 18 going on 19, which is very young for, like, there's a massive age gap between Frankie and Vanya that we're not really let in on explicitly what that is, but we're just told that Vanya, they're a very young person. Also, Vanya's non-binary, which we love. So we start off with them and they begin a relationship of sorts. It's like a very I'll say very toxic como se dice BDSM relationship. Okay, editing me. I know I'm being very weird about this topic, and it is not at all because I'm judging or being like, it's just because my family was literally right outside of my room as I was, like, talking about this, so I was trying my hardest to, like, dodge certain terms, and I was also trying to remember what I could and could not say on YouTube. Yeah, so I swear to God, I'm just being weird because, like, because of other things, not because I'm judging, because, girl, I'm not in a place to judge, so... So we start off with that, and then we're just kind of getting every other chapter. Every other chapter is something different, and then every other chapter also focuses on the main story. Where I just ended, we're starting to really pick up. We just kind of got introduced to, like, the actual brainworms. I'm assuming, where a right-wing trans woman was just unalived. Sorry, I hate YouTube TOS though, but yeah, was just unalived by her, like, right-wing coworkers, basically, and they're infected with the brainworms. Now, the introduction to this book is what I do want to point out first, actually. Not first, clearly, I talked about what I read, but anyway, I do want to, like, bring up the introduction to this book, because this came out last year. So, that was before the UK. By the way, this is a British, or like a UK written novel. And this came out before the UK decided that trans women are not women, which is bullshit, by the way, and that decision still pisses me off and terrifies me for what that means for our world right now. But yeah. And this is very much so talking about how the UK is treating trans people and, like, how focused a lot of people are on trans people, like, in blaming them for every single issue. And I'm assuming the brainworms are a manifestation of the hate towards trans people that is going on in the UK. Also, there are some very interesting things, like with Vanya and Frankie. We get some message boards from Frankie that, I don't want to explicitly state what it is, but it's very, if you know what the term bug chasing is, it's like that, but actual parasites. And if you've seen that now infamous Reddit post of, like, the guy being like, my thing is to give people parasites and stuff, like, there's also that in here, which, trigger warning, if you don't want to read that, just don't. And I do wonder if Alison Rumfit was inspired by that post to add that in here. I don't know. Anyway, very unhealthy kink going on in this book, and very toxic as well. And I'm just very interested in how Frankie and Vanya are going to end up getting involved with the brainworms, or, like, how these two storylines are gonna combine. I'm going to go read more, and I'm either going to update a lot later tonight or tomorrow morning. Bro, I'm actually gonna lose my shit. I'm making breakfast, and I grabbed a fucking orange, and of course I grabbed that one. Ugh. Of course I grabbed that one, the, like, really moldy one. Like, mold doesn't gross me out or anything, but also, like, no. Okay, so just a little reading update. It is 11 the next day. I did not read as much as I wanted to last night. In fact, I only read a little bit more. So I'm just about halfway done. But as I was reading this last night, a twin called me. So we were like on FaceTime until midnight, and then I went to bed. So I did not read more of this, or like a lot more of this. Also, I'm kind of panicking because I do have to finish this today in order to remain on schedule. So that's cute. Um, I definitely also made a mistake because I showered already. Obviously, I like did my hair and everything, which she is kind of rough, but she always is after like the first 5 minutes after like blow drying. But yeah, turns out I'm actually going to the pool with Twin today, and she's coming over in like, she's probably leaving in like half an hour max. Um, so that means I have like just around an hour to read, and then she comes over. We're gonna watch the new season of Ginny and Georgia, which I can't wait for, and then go to the pool. But yeah. Okay, a little bit further in, and oh my god, the parasite shit is freaking me out so bad. I don't like it. It's so, I hate it. Not enough to DNF though, because I'm like so invested, but also, ugh, ugh, you know? I'm actually like nauseous, not nauseous. My stomach's churning. That was the chapter I just read is disgusting. Oh my god, I feel sick. I do. That was bad. Dude, that was so bad. Oh, I hate worms. I hate worms so much. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm taking a brain break. I'm taking a brain break. I need it. It is now 10 at night. Me and Twin went to Walmart. We got a carrot cake, and then we also got each an energy drink. And then we went back to my house and watched half of season 3 of Ginny and Georgia, which, bitch, oh my god. When I tell you I've never been more invested in that show. What happened to the bad writing? Why is this actually so fucking... I'm like so invested emotionally into this season. It is crazy. Tomorrow, Twin is coming back over and we're going to finish season 3 and then go to the pool. I'm now going to read more Brainworms. My goal is to finish it tonight, though I may have to finish it tomorrow, which is okay. So I think tomorrow night, I'm going to either read Strangers or Paradise Rot. These are both like really easy one-sitting books, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna break into one of these tomorrow. Gonna try and finish Brainworms tonight. Now, what I will say about Brainworms is that it's very fast-paced. Like, I have only 7 more chapters until part 3, which means I have like 100 pages left of this book. Like, I am flying through this bitch. Yeah, shit got really gross in this, not gonna lie. Shit got really gross and I felt sick. I'm gonna go finish this and I will update once I'm done, and then maybe this happened one other time in an extreme horror book, and that book fucked me up and almost made me throw up. And it's happening again. I'm getting a warning that I can take a break. Am I going to do that? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And that's stupid of me, and I know that. And I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna regret it. And it's gonna bite me in the ass. And the warning was right. And the warning was right. Okay, I just finished it. And I'm like on the verge of crying. And I don't know why. And that thing I feel like that was a trauma. I can't look at the book right now.
like it's physically, I am unable to make myself look at it, and even the thought of looking at it makes me feel nauseous. Um, so I will review it when I wake up.
Okay, so it is the next morning, and I have had time to process Brainworms by Alison Rumfitt. So let's talk about it. So I think I landed on a solid 4 star for this book. I did not love this as much as Tell Me I'm Worthless. I think they were very similar, in terms of like theme and just like overall like the sentiments it discusses and overall sentiments that these books discuss. However, I do think that Tell Me I'm Worthless does those in a way that's more digestible for me, in a way that I understood just a little bit more. Because the ending to this, I kind of couldn't really parse out what was like being what the metaphor was. I couldn't really fully figure out what things were and what was happening. Um, but yeah, I think this was really solid, really, really disturbing. Like this is by far one of the most disturbing books that I have read. This really did affect me. I will say there are also so many trigger warnings that you like need to do your research beforehand. Whereas Tell Me I'm Worthless, I wouldn't say like that's super like you need trigger warning, but like for this, bitch, just do the research. I loved this. I definitely can't wait for Alison Rumfitt to publish even more books in the future. This is very solid. Okay, so I have about an hour so before Twin pulls up again. So I'm going to go work out, go shower, and like get ready, and then with the like 15 minutes that I'll have left, I'm probably gonna watch some YouTube. I don't know. We're just gonna play it by ear. I'm low-key so tired for no reason. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go do that, and then I will start reading something. I will let you know when I start reading again. Okay, so it is now the next day. It is Thursday and I do only have one book done. That's great, but anyway, I am 40-ish pages into Paradise Rot by Jenny Vall. So in this book, we are following a college student, a Norwegian college student who is in Australia, I believe, as like a foreign exchange student. And she's just kind of figuring herself out, like kind of getting the lay of the land, and she gets a permanent living residence with this woman named Carol. That's what her name is. With this woman named Carol in this like old warehouse turned apartment. Yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. Our main character, Joe, and Carol are just getting like sort of situated, starting to build a relationship, and yeah. I will say there has been an odd focus on urination. Um, it's interesting. It's not like in a certain way, it's just like a casual thing that's being brought up, but it keeps throwing me off. So yeah, just notice that. Other than that, I'm really interested in the story. I do think I'll get this done pretty quickly today. So it's now the next morning. Yeah, so I kind of got put down for the count yesterday. I was exhausted when I came home from my hangout because we literally like hiked for like an hour and a half ish. I'm so tired. Oh my god. Didn't do anything else when I got home from the hangout, and then I also didn't have time beforehand to finish Paradise Rot. So that means I'm extending the vlog for one day, which is like a little bit to me because I feel like that's a sign that I'm not gonna finish this on time, or obviously I extended it a day, but like I feel like that's a sign I'm not gonna finish this vlog, but I'm so determined. So yeah, it's just going to have to come out a day later, so it's currently Friday. And Twin is coming over again today to finish Ginny and Georgia with me. So yeah, that's also why I pushed it another day, is because I literally don't have the time to sit and cram 3 books right now. So yeah. Well, I do, I just like would have to cancel plans, and I'm not doing that. Especially not for Ginny and Georgia. Okay, bitch. But yeah. So my plan for today is to just kind of go about mornings as I have been. So like work out after like an hour of hanging out, and then shower, and then just kind of do whatever comes next. So I'm still gonna do that, and then after Soph comes over, and like when she leaves, then I will finish Paradise Rot, and I think I'm gonna start To Be Devoured, and then I'll leave Strangers for tomorrow. I think that's the plan. We'll see how that goes, bitch. And we are now back to the version of me you saw at the very beginning of this video. And I finally finished Paradise Rot by Jenny Vol. Before we get into this book, I do want to say that in that last talking clip, that whole morning, I was literally dying. I was like so tired, and like I was just rewatching it, and I'm like, oh my god, I was exhausted. But I took an energy drink that day, and I was back, and I was fine. Like by the time we had lunch, I was perfectly good. Oh, that was bad. But anyway, so let's talk about Paradise Rot by Jenny Vol. I'm landing on a solid 3-star for this. I almost said 3.5 stars, but honestly, I feel extremely just about this book, because here's the thing, the writing was amazing. I think the prose in this book is beautiful. I think Jenny Vol is a very talented writer. However, I just don't understand what the fuck was happening for the last like 2 to 3 chapters. They just kind of happened, and I don't understand them. Maybe I'm just stupid. I probably am stupid. But also like this just felt very overhyped for what it was. I don't know, it didn't feel as very like emotionally in depth as I would have liked. Like we just kind of went, oh, and I feel kind of weird about this thing happening, and then lesbians, and like it's all of a sudden, and it's like, I don't know, I just didn't feel great about this. Also, I do want to address this because this was a major talking point about this book, but there is kind of an odd fixation around urine, and not like in a certain way, like I said earlier, but like it's just casually mentioned, and I kind of don't get the purpose behind that either. And some of the way it was written kind of icked me out a little bit, but also not that much, but also it was just like, what are we doing here? Hello? What's the purpose? What's the point of this? I'm so confused. Like, I don't hate it. I just think it's very meh. It's very mediocre, which is okay. That's just my opinion. I honestly think there's obviously a lot of people who love this book a lot more than me. I didn't get it personally. I don't get the hype, and I really don't get the story. I definitely want to keep this around on my shelves because, first of all, stunning book. Look at her. Second of all, this is something I should revisit once I'm like an English major, you know? But I'm gonna end this with a solid like 3-star, just not my favorite, but hopefully in part 2 we get to go over a lot better books. Yeah, so ending this video, this was part 1 of 2. I did want to get to a lot more books here. And part 2 is not coming out immediately next week. It is coming out, said this wrong, but I meant it is coming out, the week after next week. That is because next week, is my 1 year on YouTube anniversary video. So yeah, I'm going to be posting that, which gives me 2 weeks to just actually get started on the next vlog, everything. So yeah, have an amazing night. Let me know what you guys thought about these books down below, if you've read them, if you want to read them, etc. And go ahead and subscribe if you want more horror, bookish, queer content and movie content as well. Yeah, so love you all. Have a nice night. Bye.